Good morning, all. Today we will start with data science. So, data science is a practice of mining large data sets from raw data into a actionable extract. So, it deals with vast volume of data using modern tools and techniques to find a meaningful information or a, or to make decisions. So we can say data science is a blend of various fields like probability, programming, analysis, statistics, computing, etc. So it is the extraction of actionable insight from raw data. So what is data basically? So data are the raw facts of figures or statistics, right? They have no contextual meaning as such. So it can be in a form of characters, numbers, words, or images. So this data is then transferred into information by processing, right? So information is processed or organized data, which have some meaning or it is organized in some context. So it can be presented or can add value to the data. Depending on this information, we can make further business decisions. Okay, so to process data, we need information, right? So these are the different data sizes in the file. Okay, so what is data? Data is a combination of structured and unstructured data. Structured data is something that is in the form of rows and tables or in some particular format, right? So that is in structured format. Unstructured data is something that is in a document, Word document, or a PDF file that cannot be structured, which has no particular pattern or format to store data, right? So let's see how data is represented. It is represented either in structured format, in semi-structured format, or unstructured form. Okay, so structured data is has predefined data model. Okay, so it stores its value in row and column format. For example, date, phone numbers, names, right? Employee record, student record. These are stored in a structured format. College information, courses applied, right? Or the menu of a restaurant, or the hospital data, right? Inventory list. These are structured data. Whereas semi-structured data, they are loosely organized, right? For example, the HTML data in the HTML format or XML format or JSON format, right? So the log file, they are semi-structured, right? Or the tweets that are organized by hash tables, right? So these are semi-structured. It is halfly structured and halfly unstructured. Okay. And the last one is unstructured. Unstructured means it does not have any predefined data model. So like in row and column format, it should be stored, or it should have some starting point or ending point where it should be data should be stored. Nothing like that. So it can be stored in various forms. Image can be a unstructured data, audio or video files, or any text, random text files, right, are considered as unstructured data. Okay. For example, your emails, messages, or image files, any document, these are considered as unstructured data. Okay, so this is the difference between structured data and unstructured data. Okay, so structured data can be displayed in rows and columns, which has a relationship just like in database, right? So the data in unstructured cannot be replaced in some rows and columns. They don't have any relationship, right? The data in structured can have numbers, dates, strings. They have a particular format. Whereas in unstructured, it could be anything. It could be a word file or it could be an image file, right? It can be anything. Okay. So it is estimate 20% of enterprise data, whereas the unstructured data is 80% of estimated data. So the structured data requires less space, whereas unstructured data requires more storage space. Okay. So as it is in some format or as it is in less space, it can be managed easily or it can be protected easily with legal solutions. But unstructured data cannot be managed easily. It is difficult to manage because its format can be anything or it cannot be easily protected with legal legacy solutions. Okay. So the example of structured data is your Google Sheet, data Google Sheet, or your star rating, or your codes in databases can be considered as structured data. Whereas your email inbox or tweets or folders in the system can be considered as semi-structured. Whereas unstructured data can be anything, your media post, your online reviews, your videos, images, sounds, speeches, etc. So what is data science then? So data science enables businesses to process huge amount of structured and unstructured data to detect patterns, right? So Alexa or Siri for a recommendation demand data science. Okay, it gives you the uh, results depending upon the structured and unstructured data that they have. Okay, so operating a self-driving car, it needs data science, right? Search engines require data science. Chatbots that are being developed these days need customer services need data science. Okay, so what is the prerequisite for data science? Machine learning, modeling, statistics, programming, different databases are required to build a data science. Okay, so what is its life cycle? It captures data acquisition, data entries, or extractions, gathering raw, structured, unstructured data. What it does, it first gathers the data that is required. Then it maintains that data, right? The data that is in raw format is maintained. Where it is maintained? It is maintained in data warehouse. Then it is cleaned, then staging is done, processing is done, right? To make that raw data to form to put it in some form that can be used further, right? So then after maintaining, after cleaning, we process that data. We process that data using data mining, clustering, modeling, right? So data scientists take the prepared data and examine its pattern, its ranges, right? From what range it has been extracted, or how useful it will be in predicting or in taking decisions, right? So these processes are done by data scientists. And then after processing, it is analyzed. Yeah. How? predictive it could be, how informative it could be, right? So, after analysis, it is then communicated. Then a report is being created. Then a decision is being made upon the data that is being extracted. Okay. So this is the life cycle of data science from capturing the data till communicating it to the end user. So it can be communicated using charts, graphs, or reports, right? And depending on this, further decisions can be made. So where this is being used, the applications of data science is in various fields, like in healthcare. So in healthcare, it is used to build sophisticated medical instruments to detect or cure diseases, right? In gaming, in video games or computer games, they are being used to help what a gaming experience could be. They have taken the gaming experience to next level now, right? Image recognition, it can be used to identify the patterns, right? Detect objects, right? It is most popular thing that has been used these days. Then recommendation systems, right? Netflix, Amazon, they gives you movies or products, right? That are based on your like, what you watch more frequently, what you purchase more frequently, what you browse more frequently. Depending upon that, it gives you recommendations, right? Then logistics, the companies that deliver faster products, so that they have increased operational efficiency. In fraud detection, it has been used, right? So banking and financial institutions use this data science to detect fraud transactions and all. Okay, so this is all about data